Assalamualaikum. Hi, everyone. Welcome to You Syu'D Know Podcast. Well, everybody will be asking where is Shu today. Shu is not here. Producer Ai is here. She is away with some important stuff that she needs to do. So I'll be taking over the podcast for today. So for our ongoing episodes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to our channel on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. So we have all the episodes all linked in the description. So we like to also say thank you to KL Podcast Studio for our podcast on the go this time. Usually selalu kita buat kat dalam studio, but this time around we are doing it outside. So thank you to KL Podcast Studio. So for this episode, I'll be conducting it in English. So I'm very excited today. We have a band right straight away from Austin, Texas, right? Yeah, we have in the house today culturewars.
Woo.
Welcome back to Malaysia, guys.
Thank you.
This is the second time in Malaysia, right?
Yes. Yep.
Wow. Okay. Great to be back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Before that, let's go around the table and introduce yourself.
I'm Dylan. I play bass.
I'm Caleb.
And you?
I play guitar.
There we go. I'm Alex and I sing.
I'm Josh and I play guitar.
I'm David and I play drums.
Nice to meet you. So welcome to the You Syu'D Know Podcast. So we want to get to know Culture Wars a bit more. But before we go into deep, did you guys watch the Super Bowl yesterday?
Yes.
Who are you rooting for?
The Super Bowl. Yeah. I wasn't really...
Not the Chiefs.
Not the Chiefs.
I had a very complex gambling scheme. I was rooting for that. So I was just more specific people to score touchdowns, things like that, right?
But
Parlays.
Yeah, I saw the game. I was rooting for the Eagles because I'm like, the Chiefs were a bit too hyped.
Yeah.
Actually, I changed my answer. I was rooting for Kendrick Lamar.
I'm going to touch a bit on that, but did you like his performance? What do you think of his performance as well?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, and everybody is like, if you go on TikTok, everybody's like doing some analysis on his performances. It's like
there's a lot I
deep.
didn't catch. It's like just like with his music, there's so many references that you kind of miss right off the bat. But there's so much going on, and everything he said, everything he did, all the props, everything.
Yeah,
it's awesome. I thought it was really well
deep.
done.
And he's like not afraid to get sued as well. It's like even
he smiled when he said
he just smiled when he said that name, right?
Some people like to sue,
but he's that daring, to do it that way.
Yeah.
But I give props to him, and then I guess he's the musical genius as well. You guys watch that.
Yeah.
So okay, let's get to know Culture Wars. So how long have you guys been around as a band? Was it a collective name to get the Culture Wars? Because usually when they hear the name Culture Wars, people always think it's a metal band name. Because it's like wars at the back. So how did it come about getting the Culture Wars name? And how long have you been together as a band?
Yeah, we've been together. I think. Well, Dave and I are like an old married couple. We've been together for we're pushing 11 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And Dill not far behind, like 8 years or something. But the band itself, Culture Wars, I guess would be 2017, ish. And yeah, I mean I think when it came to a name, we like everything. We don't agree on everything altogether, but including band names, and but we, we come from different walks of. We're all from Texas. But we come from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different religions, different upbringings, everything, and we certainly don't agree on a lot of things, but we do agree, on the music, at least enough to make an album. So, where we kind of come together is that music, and I think that is the internal band culture war, but that was not the intention when we came up with the name. It's just later what kind of made sense.
Okay. So but whatever it is, different kind of cultures, you had that wars between you guys, and then everything brings it back to music itself, because music is always the universal language, right? Yeah. So how do you what is your musical background influence actually?
Yeah, well, again, we're into all very different things, so I think everyone would give a totally different answer. But where we meet in the middle probably. I think right now at least, like, an Oasis or a Third Eye Blind or.
But I
Yeah.
read in an article that you guys are like heavily influenced by Tears for Fears, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Tears for Fears.
Yeah. Tears for Fears for sure. I mean, a lot of stuff. I think there was times where it was like New Order and Joy Division and Tears for Fears and that era. I mean, there's a lot. If you get into the weeds, there's a lot of different things that would kind of come out. But I think for this album, this record, it was kind of looking at that and then looking at like U2's like All That You Can't Leave Behind kind of Strokes, Kings of Leon, that kind of thing. It just depends. I mean, but some of those have been answers of ours for a decade. So it just kind of depends. But we're from Texas, so like country kind of just seeps in there randomly. More hard rock stuff for certain people. Just depends.
Yeah. All right. So how do you incorporate your style of rock, your current rock trend right now, targeting the younger audience? TikTok plays an important role right now. How do you incorporate
less
that
so in
kind
the
of style
US
with
now?
nowadays?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little shaky.
Yeah, it's a little shaky
It's
in
still
the
shaking.
US.
Is
yeah.
it still shaking?
Yeah, you
Back and forth.
Yeah, you can't. If you have it downloaded already, then you can use TikTok. But if you don't, you can't download it.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a new phone,
Uh-huh.
and now I don't have TikTok.
But you need the presence of social media nowadays, right? You need to promote your music wise.
You have to, but I think there's at times too much of a lean on it. People get so consumed with being social media people, they forget to write songs.
Yeah.
And so they'll get all this attention and then, not know what to do with it, or labels will go chasing who has the most views, but it's not a musician.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh, whoops, now we have to write all this music for this TikTok person, which is not sustainable,
Because this part of the world is like you get a lot of talents a lot from TikTok. They do a lot of covers, but I guess maybe the American music industry you still need to write music not for TikTok. It's like
the American music industry I think is figuring it out now, but they still go, oh, you had success on TikTok, let's have a conversation, and it's like,
do they talk about that?
they still,
the labels
they
nowadays?
still,
Feels very much the front lines of
but
music is
Because of the
discovered.
numbers, right, that you have on
Yeah,
TikTok, right?
Yeah.
the
Proof of concept in a lot of people's eyes.
yeah, it's easy with data and computers to hide behind numbers.
It does help you as a band and an artist as well, right? With that kind of presence as well.
it's certainly helpful for us because we've had success with that, but
you have to at the end of the day, you have to have a song. You have to have the chorus. You have to have something that sticks and that means
Correct.
something to people. And like, I think the data and the tool of TikTok is great. Tool of social media is great. When it becomes data driven, you don't have the song, and then once they sign the person, now they're like, well, nobody's listening to the
you had a
music.
roadblock, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do next?
You can't sell tickets because nobody knows these songs because nobody can sing them back in an audience, and that's not going to change.
Yeah, you lose artistry. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about your latest single, Hurts. Let's talk about that. Getting good streams right now, already at 1.9 million streams on Spotify, 2.2 million on YouTube. Numbers are great. The songs are in the millions as well. Well, my personal favorite is actually Miley and Heaven.
Nice.
That's my personal, because it gives me memories of the 90s kind of music style where I was growing up, because I'm a metal dude.
Yeah.
And I listen to all the hard rock stuff. So I like to watch all those teen movies. So those kind of music, they blend into those kind of movies. And then one of your songs was featured in Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
So it's like when we grew up in that kind of music. So how does it feel, to get that attraction in a soundtrack in a movie, and then in a sound that brings back memories to people? That's okay, I remember this sounds exactly like when I used to grow up.
Well, I mean, it's exactly that. It's when we grew up, is the sounds that we're creating is things that we like because that's how we grew up. And I think Bill and Ted's an extension of that.
Yeah.
I think Dill, you want to speak to Bill and Ted maybe?
Yeah. Bill and Ted was crazy for me just because that was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Yep.
Even though it came out before I was born, my parents showed it to me at a very young age, and it's a great movie for like a young boy to watch. It's just goofy. So to have a song in the other the later movie was kind of a pinch me moment for making music.
Straight away you were thinking, excellent.
Wild Stallion.
Wild Stallion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's really great. The movie was great, and then the music incorporated in the movie was great. You had that attention, from the movie as well. All right. So let's talk about touring as well. Now opening for a big band like Maroon 5 and Lenny. Did you expect to be this big? Your music is to be heard to a bigger, wider audience. You still feel humble and grounded by it?
Yeah, I think it's still a dream for us. I mean, they're still not our shows, right? So we're just happy to be there, and it's great to be given an opportunity like that. And so we're just very gracious for the opportunity to be able to do it, and for a band like us to have a band like Maroon 5 who's very established, be like, come on, is wild, first of all. So we're very, very appreciative that we've been given that opportunity. And so I think for us, it's just wanting to return that, favor, I guess, with as much hard work as we possibly can and as good of a show as we possibly can, take advantage of the situation. Yeah.
But did you ever thought that you would be opening for a band like that at this moment? Because maybe you think, we were a band from Texas, from Austin, Texas, and we were playing clubs, small clubs, and then suddenly you playing in these big arenas, stadium kind of type.
That's always
and it's a
been the goal.
bigger audience.
Yeah, we've always wanted to do that. It's just
that's always been the vision. I think the way that we make music is we don't make passive music. We make music that is meant to fill a stadium. Like there's a certain way. Some people, they'll make it more background music, and that's necessary. Some people like that. It's good for certain situations. It's not what we do. Like everything we do, we want it to be scalable and large, just from a sonic standpoint. And so didn't know we'd be on the road with Maroon 5. That's pretty crazy. But at the same time, when we step into a stadium or an arena, it feels right because we're like, this is where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, everybody wants to be there. You know, sell out.
And it feels right, and that's where it sounds the best. Like, it sounds good in a club, but it sounds better in a stadium.
Yeah, a bigger audience, and everybody's singing to your songs as well. Once they know their songs, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to touch a little bit back on the social media world right now. The use of AI, ChatGPT, and then the latest one is DeepSeek, TikTok, Instagram. The fastest way to connect to your audience and your fans. How active are you on these platforms as a band itself?
I use ChatGPT every day for everything.
I use it as well. I'm like doing a script right here. I did straight away. I just ChatGPT, and what am I going to ask? Culturewars.
Workouts, summarizing books, like everything. But that doesn't really connect with fans.
Yeah, I guess from
Probably not.
Yeah,
Not yet.
but like I guess Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that. I mean, we use it pretty repetitively. And I think a lot of people are always shocked when they like reach out to the band account on Instagram and they're like, "Oh, we loved you guys at the concert. Like, we're gonna come see you again." And then I respond, and they're like, "Wait, is this the social media manager?" I'm like, "No, it's me." And they're like, "What?" I think they're kind of shocked that we're accessible in that way, but I think we're just so happy to be here and be on this tour. And there's so much like energy and like appreciation and it's great, so we're really grateful for that. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the best way to connect with everybody on a one-to-one basis as well.
Social media can be really nasty at times as well. So sorry for my words. They can just come up to you, on social media. You don't see their faces. They just say straight away, "You guys suck."
Yeah, you just delete it and you move on with your life. Everyone's got an opinion and doesn't. You have to have thick skin to do this.
If you just not any band, anybody in the world, is just you have to have that thick skin as well.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
I mean, I've even said we suck.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't bother me nearly as much as it did when I was like 19, but
I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like you're on like this like massive stadium tour. And people are like, "You suck," and I'm like, "Cool, thanks. Have a nice day."
Yeah, but you just speak through your music, right? And then you just the people that listen that say you suck, but they still listen to your music. They still stream your music because they want to hear how you sound like.
As long as we're getting a reaction out of somebody, positive or negative, we're probably doing something right. So
in a way. But at least your numbers are going up.
Yeah.
If everyone liked us, we'd be doing something wrong in a way.
Yeah, 100%.
So what's next for Culture Wars? World domination music, seeing yourself,
World domination.
you know,
World
in
domination.
ocean,
Yeah.
headlining big festivals. Maybe one day, the Super Bowl, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cowboys Stadium.
Yeah.
That's what Dave wants.
Play.
Only if the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl. Play the Super Bowl.
Damn it. I really wanted to play the Super Bowl. Guess it'll never happen, but
It's like 150 million people are watching.
yeah.
Right? And then you're the talk of the town. You know,
Yeah.
to be a part of it, to be a part, like a main artist, and then to be a part of it as well. It's like, like a feature artist as well. Then your numbers will just grow, right?
Yeah.
That really helped, right?
An artist that played the Super Bowl. And
Yeah,
that's
Maroon 5,
crazy.
right?
you
Yeah,
know,
that's
it's like
crazy, right?
You're a
Yeah.
certain. That's a different echelon of artists. And I think to play at the Super Bowl, you were ingrained into the culture. And Maroon 5, growing up in the U.S. or I'm sure anywhere, you could not escape Maroon 5 if you wanted to. They were everywhere. So it's cool to play with a band like that. I don't
Yeah.
remember what the original question was, but what's next?
What's next? Yeah, what's next? Yeah, what else?
It's a new single in March.
Mhm.
It's kind of a focus song.
It's the #1 radio station.
It's a #1 song. No, it's more like kind of harder, heavier rock.
Mhm.
So you'll probably like it the most. Yeah.
Yeah. if you like
I would like it.
Yeah, we play it tomorrow. We play it on tour.
Looking forward to that. To see you tomorrow
yeah.
play that. Yeah.
And then we're gonna keep touring, but we're gonna focus as well on finishing the album, which we did, but we're in touring and coming here and playing these big arenas and stuff. I think we learned a lot, got a lot of information about what we want to be, what we want to do, what we thought would work, and now we know what does work. So it's kind of, we got a little bit of an education, curve there. And so we're going to work on that and keep touring and putting out new music and come back here.
Maybe a solo tour by yourself, and then you get to see
Yeah,
other
or-
Malaysian artists open for you guys.
Or maybe another Super Bowl act or something wants to say, come on, get a couple. Yeah, we'll do the. We're coming with Kendrick and yeah.
Or maybe Kendrick, then I'll take the credit of it. It's like you should know they were on You Syu'D Know podcast once. And they were on the Super Bowl. They were on our show.
Hey, why don't you hop on the tour as well?
Oh, I would love to. I would love to really understand the US music industry. I did went to a few conferences in America, like DIY musician conferences. I did connect with a lot of people because here in the music industry we still need to learn so much about writing, producing a lot more, because we do want to try and make it out there as well, because we have so much talents here in Malaysia, but the use of social media nowadays, it's even easier to connect with the world out there and get more fans out there as well.
Yeah, I would say, this is like maybe advice, like, there is social media and it is important and that's how you reach people. But like, I call it hand-to-hand combat, meaning like one-to-one, even if it is on social media. Like, I think especially with social media, it looks like an easy way to blow up, right? And just something will go viral, and then all the work's done, and it's like
everybody is just waiting for that time to be viral, right?
They're waiting for someone to hand it to them, and it's just not how it works.
Yeah.
And if it does, it's usually someone who's not ready for it. And so, yes, social media, and with that, you can reach people without having to travel, which is great. But you still want to be, even if you're running an advertisement, right? Like on Instagram ads or something, like you want to find person by person and win people over, and understand that that's part of the process. Not everything is like an overnight anything.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're almost done. So is there anything you want to say to your new Malaysian fans on the podcast as well?
Yeah, it's stream Culture Wars as much as you can, and so we can come back and
we definitely want to see you back again.
tell all your friends, and we're gonna to help our pyramid scheme of tricking everybody into liking our band.
Definitely. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much to be on the show. Thank you so much. So that's it for this episode of You Should Know. So if you like this episode, please do like, subscribe, and share with everybody. So we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you very much.